Welcome guys back. My name is Senki from Digislots, and today we're talking about the BT09 meta tier list. Yes, it's the next step into our next adventure, and we have now X antibody threats in the next meta, and I think they will be pretty good. But first, right, left, hit the thumbs up button for more awesome content, and subscribe for free to hitting a huge number to be good at Digimon. Super. We having right now the 1775 giveaway. You see in the chat, we are on Twitch, and we give away a whole EX02 display. And yeah, if I pre-record the things and we hit it, I announce it, I think after this video on Twitch when we open your display. Let's go into the tier list. And we are right now at the tier list. We starting thing first. We start with Greymon X. Greymon X is an X antibody threat. It can evolve for one from a Greymon, and it had an alternate effect. When a card removed from your opponent's security deck, it gains more memory, so it's pretty cool. And if a Greymon or X antibody in its threat, it is Digimon evolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon DP. The thing is that we having new X antibody Digimon like Agumon helping us to search our decks. A new Metal Greymon is pretty cock, and yeah, we have a lot of help, so I guess I will put them into tier 2. It is playable, but it is an Evo deck, and we know where Evo decks can input us from. Rapidmon Yellow Hybrid. I guess we don't have so much board presence decks, but Yellow Hybrid is good. I will put Rapidmon as a tier 3 deck because all decks are promoting and doing something, and then you need to utilize the problems you have on board, and then you can do something and utilize problems until you can't do in the same turn because you need a lot of setup and then you need it. That's the reason why I will put Rapidmon Yellow Hybrid with Yellow X there. We're getting a new Galatmon, Galatmon X Antibody, Digivolve 1 from Galatmon, so we have a new Galatmon support from EX02. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. If no Digimon is deleted by this effect, answers by this Digimon, what is pretty cool because then you can swing multiple times. And your Digimon once per turn, when an opponent Digimon is deleted, if Galatmon or X Antibody is in his Digivolution cards, trash the top card of your opponent's security deck. I think this is a kind of rogue deck because I don't see right now Galatmon being played, and with one support card, a little bit of cards they're getting. I don't know if they can do something because it costs 4 as well, and then you have Blitz. You can unsuspend it, or you can trash an opponent's security card. What is cool, maybe you can evolve in Crimson mode and cheat a little bit more out, but nothing more. Then we having as our next card introduced is the Metal Garurumon. I will put it definitely in tier 1. It is an Evo deck, but blue have better chances. You see BT1, we have red and the blue, and blue is the most popular deck since right now. It can Digivolve from 1 for the Metal Garurumon when Digivolving acts by the Digimon and gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn, what is pretty cool. And then you turn once per turn when this Digimon becomes unsuspended. If Metal Garurumon or an X antibody Digimon in his threats, return off your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to its owner cards. And we having like gaining memory in this deck, we have security checks, and we have good tamer, ice wall, hammer spark. We have good synergized cards with the deck. And I think you can play this pretty well and search up with memory boost, Gabumon draw power, and other stuff. I think this deck is pretty insane. You have the Gabumon X Antibody as well as the Garurumon X Antibody as well as the Garurumon. You can evolve and having more draw power in the deck, and I think this deck is pretty nice. Then we have like a meme deck again. We having Nemonix. Nemonix is a new level 7 DNA Digivolve. You can play the Mastermon. It says DNA Evolution 0 from purple level 6 plus yellow level 6 to DNA Digivolve, and when Digivolving, when DNA Digivolve, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or low or higher Digimon, and all of the level 5 or lower Digimon for each Digimon deleted by this effect, recovery by 1. So it's a little bit of recovery engine destroying, what is pretty unique and cool. And then on the deletion effect, you might trash the top 5, you might trash the top card of your security stack to play this card without playing its memory cost, what is pretty cool as well. Thank you for the 5 subs, for the bits. He wants to be at the place 1, he said. Okay, yeah. Nemonix is for me a rogue deck as well. I can put it in tier 3 because you can play the Mastermon. The Mastermon is pretty pork right now. I have it here as a pure Mastermon list, but I will put it as a tier 3. And we're coming now at Merciful mode. Merciful mode is a card again. It is level 7 for user, but you can play unique decks with it. And you can evolve for free if it contains Omnimon. So what is pretty cool, you can put it in each deck, so you having as a color red, yellow, blue, green. And when did you want for each card with Mega in their threats in this Digivolution card, delete one of your opponent's Digimon, then place 10 cards from your opponent trash at the bottom of their deck in any order. Start of your turn, trash the top card of this Digimon. If you do, trash the top card of your opponent's deck. What is pretty cool, you having a lot of trash synergy in this meta, and I think it is cool, but I will put it as a rogue deck you can play. It's pretty funny, but not so scary that you say, oh, okay, I'm scared about the deck. And the next becoming is the deck's Durugamon. Digivolve 2 from Durugamon when Digivolving. If this Digimon have Durugamon in its Digivolution cards, or is Digivolution from the trash, all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. Of the lowest level, sorry. What is cool that you can kill little ones and swing with it and has potential, because on deletion you might play one purple or black level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. If you have 5 or more cards with Dex or Death X and a name in your trash, you might play one Death X Mon from your trash without paying its memory cost. What is pretty cool about this, you having support coming in the set. So do you have Dex Garurumon as an X antibody threat, and you have as well Ragulumon or Drakomon you can play with. It is a fun purple deck to say. I will put it as a rogue because right now it do nothing in the meta. It's a nice card to have, but you need a lot of synergized milling stuff. It's like right now as Beelzemon, but Beelzemon is stronger than him, so we know where to put it. But it can be maybe doing something more in the future. We're coming now to Bioumon. This little boy right here. Bioumon is a level 6 Digimon. It costs 5 to Digivolve, what is pretty scary about cards costing 5. When Digivolve unsuspend up to 2 Digimon or Tamers, then gain 1 memory for each of your opponent unsuspended Digimon and Tamers. So you're unsuspending Digimon and Tamers from the opponent to getting something. If it is Analog Youth or something the opponent can use, then it's pretty okay for then Digivolve to free. End of your turn, once per turn, for every 2 unsuspended Digimon and or Tamers your opponent has to play, trash one card from the top of the security stack. So then you're getting a good effect to have it. But if you swing in it with the security at 30,000, you can boost to 15, you're making 3 checks. And the meta right now is you're promoting a huge stack. So a huge Digimon with a huge amount of effects and want to do an OTK, because we have an OTK meta. Killing the opponent as fast as possible or healing and stalling as fast as possible. This is the meta right now. And I think this card will not see play. I think it is good. And yes, I will put it as a tier 3 meh. If you are on mode, we're having a little bit of support in the set coming up. You can play a new Tamer if you want to. But I think it is kind of slow. It can be in some potential wave, killing the opponent fast, but I guess not, because right now it is good, but the matchup's getting harder and harder and harder. But I guess it is good as a tier 2 rogue deck, and you can play it and you can win tournaments with it. If you utilize the meta and know what the opponent play, you can build the build around it, and then can maybe go into the tier 1 potential. As another, thank you for the 10 bits. As another tier 1 contender, we have an Oryuken. I think this is the best deck in the meta. Why? You have a 2-cost spell, it called Congo. Like, what? It says, made until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent Digimon with a play cost 7 or less can't attack players. So it is Breath of the Gods security effect as the main effect. And cards can be added to the security stack by your opponent's effects. So it is a counter to each and it costs only 2. We're getting a lot of X antibody cards. We're getting Cool Boy to restand and look at the top 3 cards and search them. We're having more search as ever in the deck, and it can swing for 1 good check amount of damage and kill you. This is pretty good. And the Alphamon Oryuken says, Digimon free from Alphamon or Oriyomon Digivolution cards. When Digivolving, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. End of your turn. Once per turn, you might return up to 7 non-Digi-Egg cards of X antibody in their threats from this Digimon Digivolution cards on to do the bottom of your deck in any order, and if you do, game memory for each you returned. You can swing multiple times, so you're getting a lot of new cool effects, and I think this deck is just annoying as it is, because then you have 1 or 2 Digimon on board, it's swing for 5, delete all the board, having a huge stacks, and then calling you out with the spell, and you can do nothing as surrender. But a deck that can, or is good with the deck, is Kanko Wagamon. Kanko Wagamon X, a green deck. This is tier 1, finally again. But this deck is pretty cool. A huge stack, swing is suspending something, pierce through, making 5 damage. This is the deck. And gaining memory, finish evolve with a hybrid. So if you swing with Alphamon and opponent survives, having a Grandis coming up kills it, pierce through 5, and having additional memory with the Kanko Wagamon level 5 or Wheatmon, Digiburst, whatever, you're getting memory. If you have then 2 and have an Abromon in your hand or Mimi Tamer, whatever, you're dead. So I think this is the 2 boss kings Digimon you have right now, and I think they will be pretty good. Then we having Mastermon. Mastermon is right now, I would say, the best tier 3 contender deck. It is good as it is. If you get a little bit of support, not pretty much. You have Dexmon you can put in your deck. Dexmon is a card. When you will play this card, reduce the memory cost by 3 for each Digimon and Tamer your opponent has in play. So it's pretty good. On play, when Digivolve 1, all of your opponent's Digimon, delete all of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon. End of opponent's turn, once per turn, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. This is a nice control card we have right now. And yes, this is the only reason this deck getting more support and maybe some other kind of stuff. But I think that would not help the deck at all. A deck that is Cancer SCB is Blue Hybrid. I guess if you promote and swing attacks and they're hitting a Tommy and can then freeze and can build up and make a little bit of choke damage, they can kill you. So I will definitely be scared about. I think Blue Hybrid is one of the best tier 2 decks. We need to see how it goes in the meta, but enable or getting your sources out, stun your big boss monster, getting memory from this, and you need 3 turns to build up a new stack, you're dead. So this is Blue Hybrid. But the deck, compared to all tier 1 meta, it is the new security control to thank you for the 30 bits. To help all, it's Beatstamon. Beatstamon for me is a tier 1 deck as well, because it is the triangle in the middle. You have 3 decks in the middle, 1 deck that is good versus all, because it's a security control, it is good, it can answer all the meta calls and all having options in the deck. And I think this card will spike potentially, and this card and this deck is cool because you're milling stuff, getting your Beatstamon free out, spamming your board, cheap damage your opponent, and then clearing everything. As well as I have here duplicates, I'm sorry. We have Mother. Mother is for me a tier 3 deck as well. It is not be played very much. Fighter mode deletes it all way in the EX02 meter, and I think in the BT 9 meta, it's low as well. You have a lot of checks, like when I say you're making 5 OTK checks, then you can have 2 gatekeepers, it doesn't matter. Yeah, this deck is pretty weak right now in the meta. Maybe sometime in the tops in Japan, but depends on picks you have. We have then, this Digimon is compared to all builds. We have black yellow hybrid or red yellow hybrid. I will put it with blue hybrid as a contender to going maybe into tier 1. The meta is pretty hard for the deck, and you're getting the huge support you getting is in BT 10 with the Venusmon and the Sakuya mode. You're having a lot of potential support and a lot of new option cards, and then we can talk about the tier 1. But I think right now it suits as a tier 2. You can kill Bad Summon in a grind game, and you can kill Metal Garurumon, but I don't know if it helps with Grandes and Alphamon, because you can't have something in play. And like I said, you can clear something or heal. You can't go both, or you have a setup. And if you have the setup, the opponent comes and swing after you, and that's the problem the deck have right now. Now we're coming to Magnamon X. This is a version you see a lot of times. Magnamon X is for me as a tier 2 contender deck as well, because I like this card pretty much. It has a cool effect. You're getting support with the Awakening of the Golden Knight as a tamer if you want, and the Magnamon X antibody. You roll 4 for Magnamon, so you had the blocker Magnamon. When an opponent's Digimon attacks, if a card with armor in its threats or X antibody in its Digimon evolution cards, you may switch the target of attack this Digimon. So you're switching the target of this, it has 11k, and then all turns when this Digimon will be deleted, you might place the top card of this owner on top of security stack face down to prevent the deletion. So you're trashing an opponent's card stack, so 1 life, to prevent the destruction, and you pretend the attack of the opponent. If Grandes swings and can pierce through, you like it stays. You have a big body on board. Your opponent lose 1 life, and then he thinks about, oh damn, I have a problem. I make like not a lot of profit, and I can't kill my opponent. And that's the reason why this deck come through with a lot of jamming V-Mons, jamming stuff. Early aggression with Fire Rocket is pretty nice. Ice War Hammerspark you can play as well. So the security can be annoying, and I think this is a tier 2 contender. The last pick of this meta tier list is nothing else than black. The last black card is Gaomon. Gaomon says usual of 2 from Black Walkermon. This Digimon card is also traded as having Greymon in its name. Security +1 reboot when Digivolving. If this Digimon has a black Digimon card, Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. If this Digimon has red, let's. So you can play it with the Walkermon X, but you want to have black-red threats to have it. If you want to be aggressive or not, you can play it as a black or red version. I will contender it maybe as a better tier 3 deck, because black and red splashes are pretty good. And I will put it there to let's see what it can be at the meta. That was the whole tier list. Thank you very much guys for watching. I hope you liked. If you have another opinion or question, you can tell me down below in the comment section down below. And yes, thank you very much guys for the support. Stay healthy, have a nice week. Zenki. Bye.